Hi, this is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hott Radio. That's right, we have a brand new show from 12 to 2 p.m. from Monday to Friday, live on Philly Hott Radio. Call us at 484-477-6348. See ya.
Tracy heard about what I was doing, and I think they heard your name was coming on here too. How that sound? If you want to make it clear.
That's funny.
So they piggybacking on. So we on live. So what we're gonna do? We're about to go live on Philly Hott Radio. My name is Showtime the Hype Man.
Hi, this is Showtime
We're about
the
to
Hype
go
Man
live
Philly
on
Hott
the radio. Before we get started, for those who are watching us around the world, we are broadcasting live on Philly Hott Radio.
Philly Hott Radio. Call us at 484-477-6348. See ya.
That's right. Hi, my name is Showtime the Hype Man. We're about to do something today that is different. It's a different style interview for me, but I believe that the work will get done. That's why my name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hott Radio, 12 o'clock noon show. See, a lot of people are afraid to be risk takers, and a lot of people say they want to be successful, but they don't want to do the work and the hard labor, what it takes to do the work. See, I've been taught by good men have told me good work activity habits. It builds and it forms a name where those who know you, if you was a guy that worked down the waterfront and you had a great reputation of working hard and you wonder why everybody calling you when you go through the door because of your work habits. A lot of people never understood that having a great working habit and a name with a good name, it can carry you all over the world. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. Before we get started, for all of us maybe have never understood where hard work come from. But also I'm going to play a track that we played yesterday where we had an outstanding guest. I don't know about y'all, but we're going to debut this album that's come out April the 2nd around the world on Netflix. Before we get started, we're going to play a tune from this song. Then we're going to get into our guest. We're going to talk about a little about a commercial, what's going on around the city. But we want y'all to strap up and ride this horse.
We gon' toast some Jack Daniels to all the concrete cowboys riding through the wilderness of North America. Shout out to the thoroughbred.
I'm gonna be in these streets to the death of me. I'm gonna ride on my enemies. I'm gonna be in these streets to the death of me. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Giddy up, yeehaw! I'm a cowboy in the concrete jungle. I'm a wild giddy up, yeah, like a bad bitch. I'm a cowboy. If I say I'ma do it, I'm gonna do it now. Here we go. It's the concrete cowboy riding this beat in the stereo. But hold up one sec, I just gotta know before I flow. Can you hear me though? Cause time is money, and I ain't got a second to waste. Waste some breath while I ride this hoe. I sit in a saddle on 500 horses. Garage is a stable, and her name is Portia. As long as she loyal, I never divorce her. Prenup, I got me a lawyer. The reason I pause, y'all jabber jaws. I am the law, so I had to stop. Y'all call the cops, we on your top. Concrete rock,
I'm gonna be in these streets to the death of me. I'm gonna ride on my enemies. I'm gonna be in these streets to the death of me. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Giddy up, yeehaw! I'm a cowboy in the concrete jungle. I'm a wild giddy up, like a bad bitch. I'm a cowboy. If I say I'ma do it, I'm gonna do it now. Yeehaw! I'm a cowboy. Sometimes I chill in Dallas with my wild boy. I'm dripping hot sauce. You a wild boy. You quiet in the hood. I'm puffing loud, boy. I don't give a fuck who next up, two-step up. Got a Roscoe hiding in the tub. Got a stallion that'll pick me up. Fuck a car, bring a truck. I tended to pick up, we doing a stick up. We plan for no hiccup. And when they get dark, I'll drop on my partner. He got something to pick up. Cause we gotta get up out of the mud. So they getting hit up, cause we out for blood. Y'all make it rain, we make it flood. My thumbs are moving like
Philly
gravy
Hot
train.
Radio, Showtime
While y'all
Hype
selling
Man.
drugs.
Well, you called Speedy Hand, but since you called already, we didn't get into the show yet or the topic because you got to be watching the show and see what we're doing. But who is this caller calling in? Well, so so Double D sent you on, and you started the show where it is important that you done what you said you was going to do. So, what do you want to say to our audience and those who are around the world watching Philly Hot Radio at this present time at the 12 noon radio show? Because half of y'all be asleep taking a nap, but. Because of the rain, a lot of the audience going to participate. But also, we want to give a shout out to, while you're there, hold on to the phone. We want to give a happy birthday to Sparkle. Today is Sparkle's birthday. For those who maybe not know Sparkle, she has been in numerous soap opera in New York and on the big ABC platform. She has performed in all the big places. So we want to give a happy birthday to Sparkle. Happy birthday from Showtime the Hype Man. Also, we want to thank Philly Hot Radio present the Buzz and Cousin Show. That's every Friday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We want to give a shout out to them. Also, we want to give a shout out to Let's Talk Guys versus Girls. That's also on Philly Hot Radio. That's Sunday at 5 p.m. Broadcast live here every Sunday. Also, we want to talk about Wake Up, Rise Up, Our Lives Matter, one of the biggest platforms that's going to be around the world on September the 21st. Also, May the 1st at the Barber Hall. We got an outstanding show with Touch Up Class. We have Philly Destiny Band. Corey Wilmington, the king of hooks. Also, we have DJ Big Brother. And guess who hosting that show? Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. We want to thank Renee, Scarful, my brother Ron. I want to thank Scarful for helping me out. One for Scarful DEL, where he got one of the biggest up podcast radio show that is growing. I'm right behind his heels, where he got me working hard every day. So we want to give a shout out to Renee. Randall have her own show in Baltimore, where she doing her thing every Sunday, where we want you to support we all about supporting each other. So Daryl, I'm glad that you stayed on because you are a positive brother. You are my friend. So maybe you can give us a little story of Ice. See, I know if you got a name Ice, that means that if he's skating and he ain't melting, his name is still Ice. That means he's slick and smooth on them 8 wheels that he be skating on. So what do you know about Ice that you called me up and you say Showtime the Hype Man, where he came through? What do you want to say to our audience and those who are watching us before we introduce him? What do you want to say to our audience about your friend, your brother, the Superman on 8 wheels, where he can make magic on these damn skates? Can you tell me about it?
Sure. I met my brother in 1977. We're definitely friends from Parkway program in Vegas. And as soon as we met and we talked, we talked about everybody as they introduced us. I know I was drumming this, that, and third. He said, well, I skate. I said, well, I used to love to skate. We skate back and forth to school, skate around. We just skated. But he told me he got his own little group or what have you. And they go around skating. Wizards on Wheels. Well, when I first saw him was doing those Wizards on Wheels at South Street at Assembly Day, I was done. These cats was jumping over each other, doing backflips and half shimmies and sliding and splitting. I said, Lord have mercy. That takes skills to do that on skate and in your timing and everything else is right. Mm-hmm. I've been listening to this brother for a long time. Very, very knowledgeable about all kinds of things. Like, today I'm going to have a real conversation with him, but I guarantee he's going to leave you with some homework. And things we look up to. This is what he does. You understand? He's straight from the hip, don't pull no punches. You understand? Stop fooling me. Stay sharp. But in any game, like I said, you got a lot to offer. You mean when you walk away from him, you be like, well, that's a friend for life. So for certain, I'm trying to tell you what I know to be a fact. So like I said, I got mad love and respect for my brother. He do what he do. And if you need any lessons on skating, he's the man for sure because he does this thing from not just from here, but all around the world. He got friends all over this place. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a blessing. I'm glad I was able to get him on your show so he could share his trips, experience, and hope with everybody else and let them know it is what it is. We need that back. We had that skating beach when we was coming up. Shea Blues, Carmen, up 69th Street. That was Shea Blues was up 69th Street, Carmen in North Philly. And what's the name over there in Woodland Avenue? I can't think of the name of the
Elwood Skating Ring.
Yeah, Elwood Skating Ring. And believe you me, you know, it takes skills to do what that man can do. And I know I can't do it, that's for sure. I can skate. Come back up and all that. Oh, mind you, he does all this in the tuxedo with
Boy, tuxedo, huh? A tuxedo, huh?
So let him spin and put the hat at the same time and knock the socks off. And it's capable. He does that. That's one of his twists. You feel me? So there, like I said, I got mad love and respect for you, Clyde. You hang in there, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Show these folks the way. And he's good people. I think you one of my best brothers right there, bro. For real. Trust me. That's what I have to say.
Well, we want to thank you for that. I don't know you trying to get a number out of us or what, but because me and Isaac, he trying to get some numbers out of me and him. But you know, Double D, we want to thank you for you being the number one support, along with everybody else that support us. Where if you have tuned in, you have encouraged me and Dr. Rock and everybody else that's on Philly Hott Radio. We want to thank you for all the being a participating with us, and we are so grateful. And we know that we didn't hear from you because Dr. Rock is coming back, your girl, Dr. Rock. So we're going to get into the show. We're going to do this debut album before you came in, where on April the 2nd, The Courage is called The Concrete Cowboy, was debuted in Philadelphia by Danny Lee, where they allowing me to do the number one song, movie premiere on Netflix. Showtime the Hike Man. We're going to ride this Cowboy song out. Then we're going to get into Ice. We want to thank Joe Bryan. We want to thank Rodney Lucas. Everybody Lucas that is watching us, Joe Bryan. We got Ice in here today. We got so many people going to be looking and tuning in. So for those who are watching us around the world, we are asking you to post it to your friends, post it to your cousin, your aunt, even your haters. If you got some haters, post it to them. Because Ice is here. And he ready. He's sitting back. He cool. He's my brother because we say the greetings. Assalamu alaikum. For those who are our Christian brothers and Muslim brothers, that we honor all our friends and brothers. But we're going to have some fun. I'm about to take this show around the world. Stay tuned, world. We are live on Philly Hott Radio. Ride it, cowboy.
In these streets to the death of me, I'm gonna ride on my enemy. I'm gonna be in these streets to the death of me. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Yeehaw! I'm a cowboy in the concrete jungle. I'm a wild giddy up, yeah, like a bad bitch. I'm a cowboy. If I say I'ma do it, I'm gonna do it now. Giddy up. Yeehaw! I'm a cowboy. Sometimes I chill in Dallas with my wild boy. Yeah, I'm tripping hot sauce. You a mild boy. You quiet in the hood. I'm puffing loud, boy.
That's right. We are live on Philly Hott Radio, 12 o'clock news show. The Showtime, the Hype Man, 12 o'clock news show. We're about to bring Ice. I don't know about y'all, but we got the hottest, fastest skating. Who wear tuxedos and skate around arena and big platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, We're going to ride this show here. We got live here from Philadelphia, one of Philadelphia's finest, where he's representing L.A., Los Angeles hat for a reason. I didn't want to say that to Ice. But Ice got on his L.A. hat, even though he's from Philly, you know, and you know, he wore a L.A. hat on Philly Hott Radio, but it's cool like that because Ice is so smooth.
I'm sorry, brother. Sorry.
And you know, I'm grateful to have this outstanding athlete because a lot of people don't know he's an athlete, even though a lot of us not used to seeing professional skaters in this day of time, where Ice has hold up his body, even though he had some injuries, he had some things that happened during his career in skating because he put the work in, and he had those who are great skaters understand the outcome of some of the things as athletes do, where he's a bona fide professional number 100 bloodline skater. Before we get started, Ice, did anybody in your family before you was born skate?
Well, first, I want to thank you, brother, for having me on the show. I want to thank Daryl for recommending me. And I want to thank God for the ability and everything. And then thank God for your show, brother. So I appreciate that. My mom was a skater.
Okay.
My mom was a skater and my brother was a skater. My mom skated. She said it was a rink at Broad and South on the second floor. And I'm like, I'm like, second floor. I'm like, okay. So, you know, my brother, he actually was a DJ at St. Charles Borough Maryland skating ring down at 25th and Christian. So he would take me, you know, every now and then, sit me on the side, and then, you know, I just really got interested. And then, along with that and roller derby, you know, I was going skating in the street with one, you know, the metal skates.
Did the metal one.
Yeah, and then, you know, I had cousins that wanted to skate with me. So I had let them hold one of my skates. So yeah, and it's so we going up the street messing up one shoe. So you know, it started there. It started there. My parent, you know, my mom, you know, she emphatically told me that she skated. My brother skated. So it kind of rubbed off from there.
Where was some of the, we're going to get into the book because we have a book here that is out there for those who like to purchase the book. We're asking all our skating fans and those who are watching us around the world that maybe have tried to skate or maybe have memories of some skating. Some people that is married today met a girl at the skating ring. They're married right now, where couples have met at skating ring. I just love them blue jeans on them girls that skate with them balls. They just look so sexy when they got them jeans on. It's something about a woman where she skate, where it become attractive to some of the men's in the rings. And a lot of us have a lot of experience where women's that wear jeans and how they look. And also we have a lot of fashion show. So have you ever got into competition, Ice, when you have performed? For those who know, I'm going to give you a little background on Ice here. For those who are watching us, where we're going to get into the book. He's been skating for 59 years. Also, he started at 2 years old. Also, that we have a book here with 25 different people that we can't get all 25 here on the book, but we're going to make sure we get the main character of the book is Ice that is here live with us, so we can't go.
I wouldn't say I'm the main one, brother. You know, it's
but if you made it here, you're the main one. So I said it. Ice didn't say it. I said it. So I ain't going to take it back. Say, I'm from a little bit of South Philly and me. And you know how South Philly
Yes, sir. Yes,
so,
sir.
Know, I'm
Yes,
from
sir.
South a little bit of me, so
Yes,
they
sir.
know once we say something, that's it.
Yes, sir.
If you know about South Philly brothers.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So we
sir.
want to make that clear to y'all. 59 years he been skating. Where, can you name some of the places where you have performed on some of the big stages that you can come up with, where you was out LA, but because of some reason, family stuff, that you came back to Philadelphia So can you tell us some of your stories so those who are watching us live around the world on Philly Hot Radio, we have Ice, one of the premier legend skaters. For those who have never skated before, if those who have never understood the professional of rolling skating, we're not talking about street skating where you got two cars and you're playing roller derby and you're banging somebody here in the car, because the roller derby was a physical, but we're talking about the technique. We're talking about the art of mastering the skills of stopping and starting and spitting and lifting and flipping and all kinds of stuff. It'd be amazing. He has some videos out there in the world that people got on their phone. He got photo shots where people took pictures watching his art and the gift that God gave him, because all of us has a lot of gift. But the reason why he still go on, because he has mastered the game, and I call him the legend. So Ice, talk about some of the places that you perform and some of the big stages and maybe some of the celebrities and artists that are still here, so our audience get a chance. And those who like to call the radio station, the phone number is 484-477-6348. Repeat, the phone number is 484-477-63. We got Ice, one of the baddest skating legends. I call him a legend. I'm from South Philly like him, so he ain't got no problem with that because he got my back. So, so we got each other back down South Philly. And he got 3 phones. So, and Ice got 3 phones. You know he got 3 phones. I only got 1 phone. Ice is so smooth, he got 3 phones. So Ice, he told me the phone, but he wound up putting 3 phones up here on the dashboard. So Ice, this is your opportunity to talk to the world. Talk about the places and some of the celebrities and artists and some of the platform you have skate on. This is your part of the show. Go ahead.
Well, basically, I met some guys from North Philly back in the late 70s from Carmen, and they were called the Wizards on Wheels. Mm-hmm. But they came up to Great Skate Shavu up 69th Street, and it was like 15 minutes left till the session was over. And they come in, about 10 or 15 of them. I'm like, whoa, come in and shut the place down. So, that just left something impression in my head. I'm like, yo, these guys is bad. So, knowing people from around the city, years later, I skated with a couple of other groups in the city, but wasn't really prominent like that. So I ran into my son's godmother, Lisa Campolo, and she was, studying to be an attorney. So I walks into the New Tech with her, this European woman, and I walks into the New Tech at this talent show, and of course the whole place looking at me like, bro, what you doing? Mm-hmm. So now they looking at her to see if she got any skills. So we killed it. They, applauded. So we got a interview. No, actually I had a story done. We had a story done on us by the Daily News, 3 pages. Then Visions picked us up. Then Channel 3 picked us up. So now we're getting calls to perform everywhere. So not forgetting my roots and knowing the people that I met around the city, mm-hmm. I said, okay, let me try and connect some of these people and pull some of these guys together, pull some of these top guys together, and which I did. So we went on a name of High Energy and the Wizards on Wheels. So it was me and Lisa and then the rest of the guys. So at some point we was like, you know what, we need to merge this name. So we merged the name, and one of our first big breaks was doing Unity Day, and rest in power, Cody Anderson. He gave us our big break to perform at Unity Day, and then from there, a number of people just start calling us. We just start getting calls. We started opening at the Valley Forge Music Fair for rappers. Then we was down Pennsylvania, opening for like Public Enemy and EPMD. Then it was to the Schubert. We've been in every, our group has been in almost every major theater in the city. From the Dell to the Schubert, to the Miriam, Uptown. Even I'm going back now. Even 12 Caesars. Yeah, we've been in this thing for a number of years. So progressing, things just kept happening. Parades, then calls from Kirk Franklin, then calls from Tom Joyner. So we just kept getting calls and calls and calls, going across states, different states, and things of that nature. So, as the years progress, people grow apart. So I left the group a couple of times, came back, when they asked for help, and then I just started branching out on my own a little bit. So 10 years ago, two of the members of the group passed a week apart. So that kind of took a toll on me, but we were still connected. So outside of that, I started moving across the country. I actually got my first film thing was motion picture with Luther's Choice, made for television movie. From there, I got calls for different other things, and pretty much extra parts, and with us being on Visions and City Lights and just a number of shows, doing stuff in Atlantic City, and we just kept getting calls. So I had to, merge these guys together, get them thinking on another level, and we took off. We was everywhere. We was from 87 to probably 92. We was doing practically everything. Doing parades, festivals. Odunde, we was with them for 10 years. And like I said, myself, I branched out, started doing some, acting work, and then started going to different places. And then, me doing solo stuff, I ran an artist like Paul Taylor. He actually, one of the videos, you can see me down in Florida doing a show with a friend of mine from Chicago. And, he asked me to help him, and I had already performed. So I came up, and he had a record called Skate Music. So I came out, did that. Paul Taylor in the background, you can see him with his band. I gets off the stage. He asked me to go on tour with him for two weeks. So I, constantly getting calls to do things of that nature. Now that I'm getting older, I don't get too many calls. But I'm in the help mode right now, and, a lot of people I just connect people right now. I just connect people worldwide right now. So I've been to like the Lincoln Center, the Grand Ole Opry, some of the places in LA, Residence Rink. I just came from there a week ago. My friend has a skating ring in his house. Then I have another one in San Francisco. He has a skating ring in the church. So I've been blessed to meet people around the world, Amsterdam, London, Paris, Australia. So I've been blessed to get calls and tour with different people and tour with different dance companies. So, I owe that all to God, and the people, the elders that I speak with, elders in different phases of my life as far as entertainment, as far as just life itself.
Wow. For those who are watching us, we are broadcasting live on Philly Hott Radio. My name is Showtime Hike Man. I'm the host of the 12 o'clock noon show on Philly Hott Radio. You are watching a legend right in front of my eyes, where he's so humble of his craft and his position. You would never know he's so humble. He just gave y'all so many of his story. For those who are watching us, the phone lines are open. For those who are skating fans and those who like to question, we got a radio show that is broadcast live around the huge world. Even though we're from Philadelphia radio station, we're trying to build something that have never been done before. So we're going to get into some asking some questions. We're going to read a paragraph in the book. We're going to talk about from the street to the stage to the silver screen. My name is Showtime the Hype Man.
Hi, this is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. That's right, we have a brand new show from 12 to 2 p.m. from Monday to Friday, live on Philly Hot Radio. Call us at 484-477-6348. See ya.
That's right. We are back and we are broadcasting live. I want to thank Louis, Sander, my friend David Smith that are watching us. So for those who are watching us, we are watching a brother that started at 2-year-old. Also, we want to send out to his deepest brother, condone, or his brother, Robert Horsey. Horsey was the house DJ. So how did he start being a DJ in that era where we didn't know about DJs? What? See the brother smiling now. and how did your brother become an impact roller skating? Because sometimes a name that is a DJ, people will come out and roller skate because he know what type of music to get the people skating. That's correct? Mm-hmm. So did your brother have a house name?
Nah, you know, we talking the 70s, and he had just came back from Vietnam War, so they just needed people to play records. So I just call him house DJ. They need people to play records.
Oh, you
so
funny.
Clear the floor, black with skaters only.
Okay.
Put the record on. That's it. So I mean, today we call them DJs and things of that nature. So, you know, I just put the acronym on him, the house DJ. So. You know, basically everybody knew he, you know, it's a certain knack. Like they have national parties across the country for the last 20 years. I mean, you can find a party anywhere in the country, you know, on a weekend within our community because it's so underground. But a lot of movies have brought it to the forefront, and you know that's a touch and go with me. But anyway, you know, talking to a real famous DJ from up New York, Big Bob. You know, you had to watch the crowd. You had to get them in a mood. Like, you'll come in a rink, he'll be playing jazz. And if you're warming up, it leads into it. So my brother was kind of like that. You know, a lot of people like him.
So what we're talking about, for those who have never been to a skating ring where only skaters know how to warm up, how to lace up, some lace with no lace in the skates, where they have learned how to keep their feet in the saddle, where we call them wheel saddle.
I've done that.
So, and where the more that he probably skated ice, to those who are watching us, Clyde McCoy, is right?
McCoy.
So, and that is his real name, but everybody knows him as Ice. Where he was skating when Gervin was on the San Antonio Spurs.
That's where the name came from.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, that's.
So you want to know what I'm talking about?
That's
He
where
asked
the
me
name
that I
came
do my
from.
homework.
And that came from basketball. That came from me playing basketball.
And I know him from South Philly, where they played basketball, where he was a true wing guard / point guard. Did I get that right?
Wow, you did your homework, man.
So everybody knows.
Yo, you did your homework, boy.
See, Ice just thought I was. I just thought I was.
Ooh, man.
It's gonna come on my show.
Ooh, you did your homework, bro.
I don't know
who you talk to, bro.
Don't worry about that. But I did my research. So you just coming on Philly Hot Radio, where and see, Ice didn't know what to expect.
That's good, man.
Let me tell y'all, he was one of the best point guard, shooting guard, wing guard.
Oh man.
In the city, where he could have easily went to a Division I college and played ball. That's how good Ice was, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at a true basketball player. You thought he can roller skate? He got a spin move on that court where you go that way, he going the other way right and do a layup. Or he can do a layup or a jump shot. He had an awesome, so many different things in his tank where most guards in his area, his name starts spreading where you know how you get where they pick teams. Ice didn't even want to, he didn't even shoot the Jew because he knew he was going to get played anyway. That's what they told me. That's what they told me, Ice. I don't know.
God,
Maybe
you
they
just-
gave me the wrong information.
Yeah, you did some homework, bro. You did some homework.
Okay, I thought maybe they were just lying to me. So not just he's a skater, but he was a great athlete and could have been on any NBA team if he chose that route. But skating came where also relationships and other stuff comes up. So Philly Hot Radio, my name is Showtime the Hype Man. We are live on Philly Hot Radio.
This is Double D. I want to piggyback on the fact that you mentioned his ball skills.
There you go. You started something.
Parkway program team and got cut. But my man, like you said, star point guard all day long. And I got the pictures to back it up. Yeah, he got the major skills on that hooping team.
You did some homework, bro.
Anything he touched, he turned to gold. For sure he did. That's
What?
my brother.
So you're telling me you play ball too? Double D.
Yes, sir.
You play basketball too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Was you a small forward or you was a point guard or?
I was a very small guard that didn't get picked on the squad.
So you just carried the ball to the court and watch them play. You're trying to tell me that? Ice over here laughing too. Boy.
I ain't laughing, man. I got a mask on,
Boy,
man.
I know he laughing under the mask.
COVID-19, yeah.
So Double D, that's new to us there.
Yeah, he knows the truth. Ice knows the truth. I didn't get picked, but that's okay.
But did Ice ever pick you up to play with him? He was your boy, or he was trying to win all the time? They say Ice like winning all the time.
He had to try out for the squad, right?
Uh-huh.
I got cut.
Again? He always getting cut.
My brother put in that work. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so someone said move the mic close to you so talk in. Yeah, we want to thank Sharif, my nephew, Minister Goodbear, where he's here with a Cousin and Buzzy show where they here every Friday from 6 to 8. So we want to thank you. So basically, that's what we are doing, and we want to thank my nephew. For those who know that he has his own show and his own business, Minister Good Bear. We want to thank you for watching us and my guest Cameron get a little better, closer view. So we're going to do that. We want to thank you for that too. So we got Ice here, where also we're going to get into the show where from the street to the stage to the silver screen. We're going to ride this cowboy. This is a show coming out on Netflix. We got the copyrights to play one of the pioneer movie, one of the biggest movie going to be on Netflix, April the 2nd, where they gave me the rights to play. We're going to ride this horse just like Ice. Rode them roller skates. We're going to play this back to back again.
Hi, this is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. That's right, we have a brand new show
your
from
homework. Where you
12
get that
to
info,
2
man?
p.m. from Monday to Friday,
Where you
live
get that
on
info,
Philly
Boy, he want to
Hot
know
Radio. Call
how
us,
this
call
Showtime
us
the
at
Hype Man
444
got the interview.
477
We are live for those who like to call up.
See ya.
The phone lines are open. We got one of the biggest on 8 wheels where he has done it in every platform the skates have took him. I don't know about y'all, but we're going to get into this book. I'm going to read a little bit about this book for those who are watching us, and I want to thank my nephew, Sharif, Minister Goodbear, watching us, and he's giving me some pointers, and I appreciate that because success is always about failure. That's why I'm going to make it in this business. So from the street to the stage to the silver screen, I'm going to read a paragraph a little bit about between 1981 and 1982, how he came across some guys in Philadelphia called the Wizard on Wheels, who came in the ring of half hour before closing and shut it down performing for at least 15 minutes. So we have another caller. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. Hey, Ice, you got another caller.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Talking to the mic.
I'm doing well, man.
Mm-hmm.
and LA, and you see like a takeover is starting to happen again when it comes down to the roller skating rinks really coming back. You know, so I want to know what kind of suggestions can you give to the young people about starting off and how they can get into their swag when it comes down to that skating that skating type of thing.
Well, I like that. Then go
Well,
ahead.
skating has never really left. It's been
Right.
underground. There's been several documentaries done. A particular good one is Roller Dreams, made in connection with Venice Beach. And most of the skaters I know out there, I met them years ago, and how it was prominent when we was there. You know what I mean? They had 3 or 4 thousand people watching them every weekend.
Right.
And then after Hollywood came in and the developers came in, it's like they tore it up. So my thing is, if you can learn it on the street, I began in the street just like anybody, most of the kids in my era, and then I went to the rink and I just honed my skills. It's coming. It never really went anywhere. It's just the people. You mainstream a lot of stuff, so you got a lot of these people from overseas and things of that nature, and they coming on, they making videos, they get a million hits and things like that there. And I mean that's cute and things like that there, but I'm a person that put in the real work, from teaching and things of that nature. So my thing is, like anything that you love, I love the art. People that know me real well know that I love the art. And then there's other things that I did, and conducive to doing the art. I played basketball, martial arts, swimming, tennis, football. We was active babies. So when you active like that, at that time, you try to find your niche, in those things, like your basketball and things like that there. So my things to the youth is that, you know, this art form has kept me out of jail, saved my life. And one particular story real quick, a famous rapper from this city, Father, actually saved my life coming out of St. Charles skating ring. I was coming out the skating ring, and the door closed, and one of the guys from 20 from Carpenter came running around the corner. He's like, yo, you ain't see me coming out? Let that door hit me. Put a gun to my head. This famous rapper's father stopped the guy. So, um, it's an outlet. It's a deep outlet. It can take you away from all the kind of troubles that you have. And then when you start traveling, you'll see different people, meet different people, and things of that nature. The thing about it is that I've been blessed to go from, around this country several times, and then go to other countries and then be able to perform. So, I mean, I took it, to another level because people had me take it to that level. But for the youth, my thing is just love the art. I don't even call it a sport because it's an art. Anything that you thinking about and you trying to put together and you trying to, manifest, it becomes an art. I always call it the art. I never call it skating or anything like that there. Most of the people know that I call it the art. So, get the children into it. At some point, they will love it and enjoy it. Take them to the park, take them outside, take them to roller rinks. But then again, you got an influx of clothes and skating rinks. So, for me, I mean, I love indoor skating. I love performing. But the most freedom that I've had is skating outside. I have no rules. I'm listening to music. I can stop when I want. I could go get something to eat when I want. I love the people out Central Park. I love the people out Venice Beach, Mission Beach, out in Golden Gate Park. So my thing is get all those experiences. All them experiences help build me, man. And, it's some people, in the city that's doing some good things. And, let them experience outside, take them to the rink, and keep their mind occupied.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Like it's funny. I'm starting to see a lot of people. My daughter, she's on TikTok and she follows this one girl who's in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And she did exactly what you were talking about. Where she listens to her music and she does her dances and stuff like that. While she's like going to the store, going to get some ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then she's recording herself while she's doing it. And
Okay.
you tell it's like a freedom that she's having. And you tell this art form that she's loving. She's kind of bringing it to the world. And I just want to kind of congratulate you, man, on your accolades and keep doing it, man, and keep bringing this positivity city out there. That's all I really want to say to y'all today.
Oh, brother, you know what? I thank you a lot, man. I'm glad that your daughter is doing this, man. I say keep her into it and take her different places. You know, the thing about it is that, you know, I got blessed to go to different places. And, you know, I just had, you know, my nephew, Tracy Carter, he was just on Fox 29 the other day. He used to play for Hartford College. And he kind of amazed me because I kind of introduced him to basketball. He said it in the interview, it kind of touched me. And he said something, he's starting a camp to get some of the, you know, the teens out of the city. You know, we got a lot of gun violence in the city. You know, I've had 3 nephews murdered. And the one, you know, that plays ball, he just opened up a camp. You know, and I never knew I knew he roller skated, but not like that, and I didn't know he was gonna mention it in the interview. He gave me some accolades, and he's opening doors for other people. So my thing is this, and he's seen the world. He's been to Rome and things of that nature, and that gave him a different perspective of city life and things of that nature. So my thing is, take her out. You know, it's rinks around the city, it's parks in different places. Hell, heck, go to Central Park, man. Central Park, Central Park in particular is one of my favorite places because you'll see any character out there. Believe me, it's characters out there. And you'll run into any actors, they walk through there, and, you know, dynamic skaters and dynamic people. So you want to give people that full, you want to give your daughter that full gamut, and then you'll see her open up, man. You see her open up, man. If I could be some help, let me know. I'm kind of old, but let me know, brother. All right, brother.
The good stuff.
The good stuff.
Natural, organic products for hair, face, body, and aromatherapy. Everyone wants smooth, good-smelling skin. So make your skin happy with the good stuff. It's the good stuff. Our products are all natural, so they're safe for the entire family. Everything from our dead sea salt scrub to our whipped triple body butter with mango, from bath bombs to beard oil. All you need is the good stuff. Just check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/The Good Stuff Naturals, or order today at bodybythegoodstuff.etsy.com. It's the good stuff.
So we want to give a shout out to Mr. Good Stuff. There, those who like to call Minister Good Bread, they got the most hottest product of hair supplies, where they are really getting into another new season of sending packages all over the world, where Mr. Good Stuff is moving fast. Don't allow Mr. Good Minister Good Beer take off without you. My name is Showtime the Hype Man, and we are live here, broadcasting live on Philly Hott Radio. We're going to ride this cowboy show, but we're going to get into the show, but we're going to play a song from the Concrete Cowboy. Stay tuned.
We're gonna toast some Jack Daniels to all the concrete cowboys riding through the wilderness of North America. Shout out to the thoroughbred.
I'm gonna be in these streets to the death of me. I'm gonna ride on my enemy. I'm gonna be in these streets to the death of me. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Giddy up, yeehaw! I'm a cowboy in the concrete jungle. I'm a wild giddy up, yeah. Like a bad bitch, I'm a cowboy. If I say I'ma do it, I'm gonna do it now, boy. Here we go. It's the concrete cowboy riding this beat in the stereo. But hold up one second, I just gotta know before I flow. Can you hear me though? Cause time is money, and I ain't got a second to waste. Waste some breath while I ride this hoe. I sit in a saddle on 500 horses, garage at the stable, and her name is Portia. As long as she loyal, I never divorce her. Prenup, I got me a lawyer. The reason I pause, y'all jabber jaws. I am the law, so I had to stop. Y'all call the cops, we on your top. Concrete rock.
I'm gonna be in these streets to the death of me. I'm gonna ride on my enemy. I'm gonna be in these streets to the death of me. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Giddy up, giddy up.
That's right. We made these streets. We're going to ride. That's what we're doing. We got Ice here from Philadelphia where he was amazing that we are watching him, and we are never too old to be creative. Where if God get me up, then I'm going to do what I'm doing. So we're going to ask some more questions. We'll get into our guest today where he has came down here in the rain. He dropped his phone. Y'all don't know what he been through, but he made it here. So that shows you that what type of character that he is, where also that for those who are Philly ball players, we got one of the best guards where they play ball in every arena where balls played, where he went in different places where nobody knew him, but when they left the court, he said, "What's my name on that last jump shot?" He made him say his name was Ice. Because, you know, he had bragging rights, and if you got a name Ice, he showed up on a lot of games where he became Mr. Clutch, too. See, because being a point guard in them days where he had learned organizing basketball skills. So we're going to get into the roller because that's what he came here for, where as a ballerina, tap dancing, hip-hop, ballroom dancer, where you have showed different skating moves, where when you went some places out of town and you maybe a guy thought he was slicker than you, but you just sat there and watch him, where you came there, you had your skates on, and you didn't come right away. You just wanted to see who was there that know how to skate because you had an eye that knew that this guy practiced. Where a lot of y'all don't know that if you want to be a top flight skater, where he put hours and hours, even probably went home down the basement where he practiced certain moves because he knew this guy or this girl that was there where he had been challenged, but he didn't say nothing. See, he'd been challenged before. So how did you, when you present yourself, when you got invited to go to Los Angeles, all the other big events and how you had to heat up, where you maybe had some things go on. We want to send your condolence to your nephews and them passed away on the streets because Showtime the Hype Man is always praying for those that stop gun violence. But we know that gun violence is one of the issues. Where when Ice went to school, they had trades. And Ice can remember even walking through the high schools at the time where they had so many activities in our community, the POW Club. They had a drill team. They had basketball every weekend. We had so many activities where in 2021, we have less activities. I got my grandson. I found out that definitely is a jumping point guard. Where I have watched him play basketball. He made every jump shot at 9 years old where he just had a perfect range with all the other kids weren't even on his level. So did your parents get involved to see the talent and the gift that God gave you as a professional skater? Because that is a professional skater title where you may not take the credit. And along with the other 25 people in this story, where Ice has become one of the pioneers, even though he's humble, but you put a lot of time in them skates. Where when you got your first true skates, I'm talking about a pair of skates that cost some money and the wheels cost a little price. See, y'all don't know, he maybe had an old pair of skates where he wasn't fortunate because his mom and pop at the time was just trying to pay the bills but still bought him a pair of skates. I know he didn't take them iron skates there. He kept renting skates. Where he became, so talk about the story when you first got a brand new pair of nice wheels, when you knew these wheels was the truth.
It's been a transformation. It's a brother here in Philadelphia that I have mad respect for, and his name is Irvin Williams. Usually out there behind the art museum at Lloyd, right in front of Lloyd Hall. And I used to wear, when I was coming up, I was doing flips, and my axle was always bent. I had to go home and bang it with hammers and stuff like that there. So doing the progression, I seen my buddy Irv with these rollerblades on. I said, okay, I'll get me a pair of those. So I started mastering stuff on them. And then I went back to some skates that, particularly skating outside, that were like roller hockey boots. So then, progressing. I'm watching these guys from Detroit. And these guys from Detroit, I had to illustrate it on this table. So these guys from Detroit, they can come full speed this way and slide all the way across the floor. I mean, just slide on their wheels, just slide. So I said, all right, well, it's time for me to change. So I got a boot. Matter of fact, Mr. Lloyd at Carmen sold me a pair of skates for like $400. They were.
You mean skates, $400, and what year that was?
99, 2000, something like that.
We're talking about roller skates for $400. Now, them same skates. So what is the price of a pair of decent skates?
Depending on your level of creativity and your level of your skate level. Skates can run anywhere from good pair maybe $250.
You mean $250 or $2,500?
No, it goes from $250 to $2,500, and even more than that.
So you're telling me someone bought a pair of skates for $10,000. If there's a $10,000 skate out there, these skates must got an engine or oil change where it can get you around. You're telling me that a price of a good shoe, of a pair of skates, for those who are watching me around the world on Philly Hot Radio, where we are getting to a story where Ice talking about live on Philly Hot Radio, skates, the range is from $250 on up. That's a fact.
Yes, sir.
Can you buy, or they're custom made, if you're spending $10,000 for these skates? Go ahead, it's okay.
That's all right.
Is they made for your foot? Can you explain to our audience?
Okay, you have different plate makers. You have Rodell, Short Grip. You have Roll Line. Roll Line is one of the top plates. One of their plates can actually, they go from $225 to almost $1,000. Okay.
This the plate?
Yeah, just the plate that goes.
That's like rims.
Yeah. So now.
That's like rims.
Now you're talking about boots. Now people are customizing their boots from anywhere from $1,200. From $200. No, maybe, let me see. One of the best boots is like Rydell, you got Harlech, and you got, D and some other boots. So they range from $200 to almost $1,200 to almost $1,500. Then, you have people, particularly in, the genre of skating that I do, going to different rinks. So you got people that have this different type of styles. So, they want that maximum edge. So you're talking about people getting skates and tapping into the artistic community to see what they wear. So the artistic community, they paying top dollar for their skates, for the wheels, the bearings, the boot, all that. So now you have people that's drifting over to that part of the art and using that equipment to make themselves better. So they can range from anywhere.
So let me ask you a question. When the roller derby, that those who know that Philadelphia had a team called the Philadelphia Warriors. I don't know anyone knows that with Junie Arnold, the Big O, the Little Richard, where on Friday nights at the Philadelphia Arena, where that was a big event for all communities at that time, where we would watch roller skating professional on channel 48. I'm going to take it back now. For those who are roller derby skaters and those who are watching this show today, we're talking about those who remember the roller derby when Judy Arnold, the Thunderbirds, the Texas. I don't know about y'all, but we're talking about where family will pack the Philadelphia Arena, where the Warriors will go and play in some of the places where Crazy Ronnie Cycle on the Thunderbirds. See, y'all might think
Ronnie
that
Range.
Ronnie Range, and y'all might don't understand what I'm talking about for those who are young adults, where roller skating have never left, where they was trying to bring roller derby and roller skating on other situation where it's so many opportunities that deals with roller skatings in all these type of platforms. I don't know about y'all. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. We are broadcasting and we are getting to taking this back. We are taking this back into a whole new story where when I talked about the Philadelphia Warriors, when Jim Trotter, y'all don't know that Ice got a little excited where that also played a role of him participating in some of these roller derbies and some of these arenas where he was a fan. Was you a fan of the Philadelphia Warriors?
I'm gonna tell you a story real quick.
Well, go ahead and tell us the story. That's why we're here live.
Basically, that's part of my foundation. So, as I tell skaters today, worldwide, I mean, yes, I did all this performing, but I've also been a rink skater. I've been a street skater. When I was going to St. Charles, I come from the roller derby buying one of them jamming helmets. And I'm going around the skating ring, and the lady worked down there, Doris, like, yo, put that thing down. What's wrong with you? So the other part of this is that the book that we have out, The Evolution of Roller Skating. So we got we have 25 different authors from around the world that's telling their passion of skating. So as I'm talking to the sister that asked me to help her, with the people to put the book together, I said, well, we can't leave out other aspects of this. We have dynamic skaters across the world, and they hot and whatever. I said, but, if you leave out the foundation, you're missing the whole thing. They got to get all this. Hollywood has came in and did a number of things, but when you put something down in writing, you can't change it. There's nothing you can change. So I got in touch with Jeff Hott from the Warriors. So Jeff Hott should be in the next book that's coming out because we're doing a series of books. So Jeff Hott was with the roller derby with the Philadelphia Warriors, and to show you how God works. I'm talking to him, and he puts me in touch with Little Richard. Then he puts me in touch with Jim Trotter.
I would love to get the
Then he puts me in touch with Judy Arnold. So it's like it's coming full circle for me. You know what I mean? From actually skating in the street, going to the rink, going to the roller derby, performing, and things of that nature. I've been blessed, not a ton of money, but I've been blessed to go different places, meet different people, and things of that nature. Even to the point I was at Obama's second inauguration, which people don't know. There's a lot of things that I've done. And, the first caller, Daryl, we talk, often, and I tell him things that I've done. He's like, wow. And there's a lot of things, as you said, I'm humble. I'm a real humble person. My thing is, my quote in the book is this here. It's like, trying to remember. Live life the way you want to, live life the way you want to be remembered. Leave it better than the way you found it. What good is success if you're not willing to share it with other people? So right now, I'm just connecting people. I got a brother out in St. Louis that's trying to make his own skate. So working on that, I'm working with a sister that has her own headphones. So I'm working with her. I'm working with another people. So I'm trying to pass this thing, in case, because with COVID and a lot of things, we losing a lot of people. So my thing is, when you question by the Creator, what did you do? There's not too much a question that you had to ask me because I've helped along the way. That's my I think my mission right now is to help other people within the industry, and to the point where it's an elder within the community that, did a lot of traveling back in the 70s. I mean, this guy was everywhere, and he had a group called the Soul Travelers. So I said, you know what, let me find him and get his story, get him on tape. So, the rest of the world will know about him.
So for those who are watching us, we are global around the world, and my name is Showtime the Hype Man on the 12 o'clock noon show, where ICE is here today and giving us a history. But also we're going to have a piggyback where a partial owner is coming tomorrow on the radio show too, of Miss Tracy. That's her name, Miss with the MS period. Make sure I said that. Where she's going to come back. We're going to talk more about roller skating tomorrow. We're talking about the ownership. We're doing parties. Where skating is ready to be one of the biggest platform again because things always recycle. Mm-hmm. Where we are seeing a recycle where God has allowed ICE to have the condition to walk up these steps. And he is right that we are losing too many people, and too many people are dying because of the COVID-19. Where for those who don't see where I have my mask on, where when ICE got here, he saw that we follow the protocol when you come to the radio station, where we monitor, we do a fever, where for those who maybe wonder why do Showtime don't have his mask, I want those who know that we follow the procedures just like any TV show, any radio station, where a lot of people will come in and do not want to take the test or find out, but that's cool too. So we're going to ride this show just like the Cowboy on this next show on April the 2nd on Netflix, and it's talked about the concrete cowboy. We're going to play this song. We're going to get back into interviewing this slashing point guard and roller skating sensation.
Yeehaw! I'm a cowboy in the concrete jungle. I'm a wild giddy up, yeah, like a bad bitch. I'm a cowboy. If I say I'ma do it, I'm gonna do it now, boy. Yeehaw! I'm a cowboy. Sometimes I chill in Dallas with my wild boy. I'm dripping hot sauce. You a wild boy. You quiet in the hood. I'm puffing loud, boy. I don't give a fuck who next up, two-step up. Got a Roscoe hiding in the tub. Got a stallion that'll pick me up. Fuck a car, bring a truck. I tell it the pickup, we doing a stick up. We plan for no hiccup. And when they get dark, I drop on my partner. He got something to pick up. Cause we gotta get up out of the mud. So they getting hit up. Cause we out for blood. Y'all make it rain. We make it flood. My thumbs are moving like gravy train. While y'all selling drugs.
In these streets to the death of me, I'm gonna ride on my end.
My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. We're going to ride this show like we riding like a cowboy. We're getting closer and closer to the show, but we got about 15 more minutes where we're going to try to do our best to make sure that those who have young children and those who have kids, nothing to do, where your kids eating Big Macs, hoagies, and all the other stuff, where skates, if you do skating and get them skate once a week, where COVID-19 is allowing some of the skating rings to open up, and also you can wear some of the different style masks that they have, where your kids can also be another avenue. We're trying to bring family and socializing skills back because of the new technology and all the other things that is going on. where kids are not having good social skills because of the internet, because of the Nintendo games, where we're losing our children based on not having social skills and playing basketball on the basketball court, having skating and skating, and bicycles where also bikes. It's time to get our kids back doing social media and gathering them and make them do things and having fun, where we know that guns just one of the issues. It's about education. It's about the school system. It's about how they took out all the trades in all these schools, where the school district Philadelphia had a $2.8 million budget where they didn't know what they was going to cut. But guess what schools they cut? The poorest black community. Our children don't have a lot to do today because the leadership and all the old ways are not allowing our children to build up. I don't know about y'all, but I just know that God is about to come down at nighttime to turn this city into a whole new way, because new leadership is on the rise. New things are going to be happening. So what? You ain't got a story. But because of God gifted people, he allowed ICE to live a little longer and outdo some of his peers. He said that he may not made a lot of money, but he did not allow the passion of his skate and his wheels and these skates that he had. It took him on places that he would never knew if he never put these skates on, or he kept coming back. And skating has saved his life, living in the heart of South Philly, where he saw gangsters, he saw drug dealers, he saw people maybe having the latest outfit, but the skating arena was a safe net for him. And living down South Philly. See, I don't know about y'all, but we had some gangsters down South Philly where he could have betrayed different types of hats. But his God served him and allowed him to go in an intersection where skates and basketball allow him to stay here today. What do you want to say to the young people in the killing and murders? Because we know that guns just one of the issues that we are facing in the city of Philadelphia. And you have saw even down South Philly where they are chasing black people out of them homes, where people, parents bought them homes. Now they all down 20th and Reed. They coming all down there, down South Philly, and building, charging $100,000 and $250,000. Did you ever thought a home down South Philly be worth $2.3 million?
I'll say this, God bless my mom, rest her soul. Fortunately, I had a mom that basically she kind of knew the inner workings of the city, because she was not a ward leader, but she was into politics. And one day she took me downtown and let me see the plans. See, the plans are there. You know, the city had plans, and they out there like 2035. That's a plan. Which I look at as they trying to get rid of black folks in the city.
Say it again, but nobody believe that with Showtime the Hike Man. Maybe Iceman, they can believe you. He did say that they're trying to eliminate black folks out the city of Philadelphia, but black people are afraid to tell the truth. Black people are afraid of new leadership. Ice did say that since y'all don't believe Showtime the Hike Man, can you repeat that, Ice, and finish what you're saying?
Well, one thing I was taught, being, into the religion a little bit, the devil has to reveal itself. Not calling them people devils, but you have the characteristics of a demon. So, my mom years ago, when I was younger, she let me see the city plans. So these plans been implemented since the 50s and the 60s. You know, they've been, you know, laying there. So now people are acting on it, and we call it gentrification. So one thing my mom told me, she said, you know, my grandfather's house was sitting there idle. It had been burnt down, crack addicts going in there. She said, just buy the house. I said, Mom, I don't want it. It's tore up and all like this. She said, just buy the house, you know, let the city do some work on it and just keep it. So now, God knows what it's worth right now. You know what I mean? Because of the section of the city I live. But she gave me the wherewithal to let me know what the plans was. And if you look at the plan right now, 2035, it's a plan to move us out of here. You know, it's right there. It's like you can't make excuses when it's right there. And the bad thing about us, you know, some of us, I'm not going to, you know, paint us all with a broad brush, is that we don't read. This stuff is here. It's simple. But we lazy learners and Google maniacs. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's something going on that, you know, as far, you know, the black city leaders, you know, it's kind of sickening right now because we got a number of children just dying wholesale. You know, me, for one, like I said, I lost 3 nephews, and my best friend lost his son. And the thing about, I'm going to segue into skating a little bit and get back off it. The thing about it, you know, my best friend didn't want to come up, but, you know, just being around him and him being around me and coming from that 20th and Carpenter area, and as you know from South Philly, 20th and Carpenter was the most notorious gang corner in the world. Mm-hmm. So we talking 70s. So coming up in that era, and you know being in that place at that time, and me getting away, you know, seeing things, and you know my best friend, you know, I took him to New York. Like, man, I'm not going up there, man. I'm like, man, I'm going to Brooklyn. It's going to be nice. We going to Brooklyn, man. I'm going to have to take something with. No, it ain't that type of party. It's not that type of party. He like, I don't know, man. We going to New York, you know. I be hearing stories, so I takes him up there. You know, we go up there, we go to the party, and one of the group members I had with me, she was like, well, where's your brother at? So this 5 o'clock in the morning, party over, we looking for him. Needless to say, he's over there in the back near the arcade. He talking to 3 girls. So when we come out and I'm talking to him, he said, man, you know, thank you, man. He says, I finally went somewhere where I ain't have to be on my guard. And he thanks me to this day for that. And
wow.
Yeah, he thanks me to this day for that. You know, I wish he could have came up. You know, I love his brother to life. He's always been there for me through thick and thin. And even with some of the moves I make as far as skating, I discuss them with him and things of that nature because I'm grounded. You know, it's like you can run from home, but at some point you're going to have to run back.
Wow. We want to talk about, for those who like to purchase this book here, he bought a copy of this book here, and we're talked about the greedy granny of the underground of the skate world, where Amara Palmer is the person that wrote this book. Did I get that right?
Well, she's the one that compiled all the authors together. It's 25 authors all together, including myself. Mm-hmm. And she compiled all these stories, you know, from different, you know, skaters around the country and other countries. You know, 2 skaters from other countries, and from Uganda and one from Spain. She has the sister from Spain has one of the biggest events, international events, you know, on the planet, which is Skate Barcelona. Which
so the name of the book is what again?
It's called The Evolution of Skating.
The Evolution of Skating. For those who like to, we're asking all our fans, those who are watching us around the world. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hott Radio. We're asking those to go out on Amazon.
Go to Amazon or Skaters Connect.
Or Skater Connect. That is something new. I'm learning more about skating this week than I ever gonna learn this week, where we have ice here.
I believe Skater Connect, the website is right there.
You can go to Skater Connect. That's SKARZKONNECT. So for those who like to purchase this book here, I don't believe. I don't know who these skates here. They orange. They your skates?
No, sir. They were. You know what? They didn't want to. They wanted to use my skates because I have a pair of Stacy Adams, and I'm doing another project with somebody else. So, I had to. I had to digress and let him do them instead of the sister. The sister is she came to me with this idea. About a year ago, but a lot of turmoil going in my life. As far as deaths and shootings and things of that nature. But she kept hounding me, calling, listen, let's do this. So I finally gave in, to help her out.
Good. So we want to talk about this a little bit, the book, because we have about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Great skaters are not great because of their technical, but are great because of their passion, unknown. Can you tell our audience and our viewers about that comment of great skaters are not great because of their technical, but the great because of their passion? And I realized that Showtime the Hype Man, when I asked someone a question where I told him that I wanted to do something 7 days a week, where if you have a passion in doing something 7 days a week, you never get tired. Where I love doing radios, and I found my niche as a radio host, where most people still don't believe that Showtime the Hype Man is a host, where they tell me you're not a real radio person now. What is a real person radio now? Because we're not used to seeing someone. And also, I'm Showtime the Hype Man from the Dell Music Center, Broadwalk Hall, and all the other events, where somebody told them that I was too old to do what I do, where I come out of all concerts. I'm the hype man for all concerts, where somebody said that they know was a hater, said that I was too old to do what I do. Where you don't know what's inside of me, what the motor that God gave me. Where because I'm black in the black community, where we're not used to seeing people over 50 be creative. We don't see people that's over 60 that's being creative. We have the mindset because you get 50 or 60 years old, y'all act like it's over. Or all of a sudden now, y'all want to sit back and be cute. Where also you take your wife or your girl to the skating ring while your wife around prancing with her pretty jeans on roller skate. Then the boyfriend just come there just to look and see who looking at his girl. Then he's sitting on the side too cute to skate or too cute to dance, where gangsters has played out, but real gangsters are quiet. See, y'all pretend fake gangsters where your wife or your girl or the brother that's want to skate or a brother that's want to dance, you look at us some type of way. Real men skate. Real men dance. Real men dance and skate with their girl and their wives. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. We live on Philly Hot Radio. We are asking you. We got Ice here, one of the legend skatings in Philadelphia, and also the best shooting guard in his area, where he didn't get noticed, but they know who Ice is. He broke some ankles.
Let me go back to what you were saying about this age thing.
Go ahead with it.
We have three elders that I admire, I love, and would do anything for them. One is Bill Butler. Bill Butler is almost 88 years old, still skates, still teaching. Miss Edna's got to be 85 years old, still at the rink, still active, going to major events. Where we got over 300-400 people, she's there. Mr. Charles Edwards, spent the last 2 weeks interviewing him, helping him get his story together. He still skates. He has been skating lately. He has some medical stuff going on. But, sitting there talking with him and interviewing him, the passion is still there. The little kid in him came out, when I was talking with him. And that's what I'm about. I'm not gonna forget my elders. I can't. I'm standing on their shoulders. Here's a guy, Mr. Edwards, Charles Edwards. He was traveling around the country on his own dime with his own group called the Soul Travelers. We talking 77, going across the country, just going to different rinks, just getting this group together. They was in newspapers and things of that nature. So I'm standing on those people's shoulders. Then there's people in Chicago, that was in a couple of documentaries that we did. And I just marveled at their, the intensity they just still had for this art form. So, for real skaters, real artists, age is just a number.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, where a lot of people are aging quicker because the mindset of who they are. Where because my name is Showtime the Hype Man, because I perform, and also I'm not a skater, but also I am a professional artist when it comes to my craft. For those who feel that you're getting old, you're telling yourself already in the mindset where I see myself flipping and doing what I want to do at the age of 100. See, never be ashamed and listen to all them people that always talking about somebody getting old. He need to sit his ass down. Well, you need to sit down and watch us. It's so many people are living their life, their best life, over 60 and over. Some people have survived because you can be sick in the hospital with cancer. You can be sick with diabetes. You can be sick. I pick up blind people every day, and it's a privilege for me. Every morning, I got blind people that joy life. We be singing on the bus, singing the Whispers, Atlantic Star. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hott Radio. We are global around the world. You are watching a radio show about to take over in London. For those who are watching me, I'm going to be performing on London radio station, April the 3rd. I'm not going to give you a time yet. Also, May the 1st, we are bringing back live music at the Barber Hall, where it's an old ballroom where this older person that been around for years with Temple try to take his ballroom, but he hold his ground. This is a black-owned ballroom. We got so many blacks are doing things, but Philadelphia is chasing blacks out this city, but a lot of people are afraid to talk like that. Y'all afraid, but you're looking at Showtime the Hype Man like, I don't know what he's talking about. So before we close, I'm allow Ice to say one more thing about what are you going from here, Ice? Do you have a movies deal? Do you have a Bachito Flay potato chip commercial coming up? Ice got something big that's about to happen for him. See, God know that all the work and all the hard work that he put in, it's not in vain. God allowed him to stay long enough, and I'm hoping that God, his God, that he served, will bless him with a financially blessing so he can build some areas in South Philly like his mother told him, buy every piece of property. Don't worry about it if they don't sell. Just get them. So what do you want to say to our audience around the world on Philly Hott Radio, Showtime the Hype Man, 12 o'clock noon show?
Well, again, I'm honored and privileged, and thank you immensely for having me on the show. I'd like to thank Daryl, for recommending me, and also the people that's listening. As far as the art, I said didn't make a ton of money, made some and things of that nature. So it's just passing the art form along. I remember talking to Joan Myers from Philadelphia. I did some stuff with her. And, I asked her, I said, Joan, how long you going to go? She's like, you know what, until, God keeps me here to do this, that, and the other. So, connected with a lot of people that have given me wisdom, about this. If the Creator has something for me, it's for me. and it comes certain ways. I'm working with certain people with certain things, and hopefully they get off the ground, and hopefully they've taken some of the wisdom that was given to me and they apply it. There's another number of people in the community that I really like to give a shout out to, and that's my buddy Reggie Premier. He's currently in New York. He's military family, so he's moving around. He's doing some of the exact same things I've been doing, just trying to preserve the culture. Darius from out Chicago, D Breeze, good guy that I always consult with, with some things. Number of people within the community, those particular two stand out because I communicate with them on what's going on. God only knows what's in store for what's going on within our community. I mean, Hollywood comes in and people get big eyes and things of that nature. And when it doesn't come out the way they want it to, or they're cut out from things, they tend to get mad. So that was one of the reasons that the book was compiled, to tell your chapter and your life and what brought you into, this art form. See, the one thing about this book, it's not tampered with by Hollywood or anybody else. This is your story that nobody else can slice up or anything. And then if they want to slice it up, they got to come see you. Wow. So it's just, preserving the art form and getting our kids into it if we can. But it's hard. It's hard. They have computers, internet, YouTube, Facebook, they got everything. But the thing about it is just here. Fresh air beats everything. Mm-hmm. Fresh air beats everything. So for me, whatever God has for me is fine. Whatever I can do to help the art form and the people within the art, I'm available. And that's it. My reward is seeing the younger people take this to the next level on a professional level and on a respectful level. Because then, with anything in the entertainment or anything that you do, you're going to always have some sour apples and things of that nature. So you have to weed them out. Once you weed them out, it starts to grow. So, another thing is just really this embracing this art form and all the people that's in it, and eradicate some of the nonsense that's within the community. It's like with anything else in any other community. You have the good, the bad, the ugly, and it's just a weeding out process and just speaking with people and having those conversations. We don't have conversations. We tend to beat up on the young people because, especially now, they don't know what they're doing. These kids is crazy. They just that. Well, how they get that way? They didn't get that way by happenstance. They didn't come out being destructive. These kids didn't come out being destructive or anything like that there. It's a learned behavior. And the thing about it, if you're not giving them lessons in their ear, even with my nephews, it's like I could give them the information. The rest is on them, and be watchful. But if we're not, as adults, if we're not giving information to giving them the plus side and the minus side of everything, then we don't have too much room to complain. We don't. We really don't. So, I've done activist work in the city with Black Male Community Council. Also used to work for PAN. So I know the inner cities. I grew up in the inner cities. Like I said, I almost had my life taken. And my thing is just to give them other outlets. And this art form has taken me places that people dream of. Even with my mom and dad before they passed. My dad, when I showed him the video, he's just sitting there crying. I'm like, wow. He's like, man, I'm so proud of you, son. Never seen my dad cry. My mom, biggest fan. I'm in the supermarket. She got the newspaper article. You see my son? My son is ice. And he's, Mom, put that away. No, you gotta see it. Mom, put that away. So those were the highlights for me. And if other kids can experience that. You know, I know my aunt right now is beaming because my nephew was on Fox 29, you know, the other day. He was in the Daily News. And through the tragedy, you know, he's doing good things. So that's what we're going to do. You know, some of the things that I've instilled in him, you know, he's manifesting in what he's doing. So, you know, we have to get the words out and try to help our youth. And as far as me, whatever God has planned, you know, I'm not going to go against it.
Wow, for those who are watching us, and we had an outstanding show, ICE, we want to thank you for this outstanding interview where you have never expect this interview to be so positive and interacting with the spirit of bringing some old stuff up where it was important, where we have showed different styles in interview, where I made you feel comfortable coming to this platform where we laugh, we have fun, where for those who are watching Showtime the Hype Man, we're building a large audience where since I've been here, I'm going overseas, over in London, to do live radio show for the first time, and I've only been doing this a year and a half. Uncle Steve Harvey said that where most people give up when they get a certain age, where we're not accustomed to gifted people. I have a gift where my gift has allowed me to do what I do. I may not sound what you think a radio host should sound, but that's not your job. It's God has placed it in my spirit. So we're going to also, before we close, that for those who know that April the 2nd on Netflix, my boy that was here yesterday, Michael O.G. Law, we got the permission from the movie from Netflix to play here on Philly Hott Radio, where a lot of people kept watching me, where I am growing right in front of your eyes, and the world is watching Showtime the Hype Man live on Philly Hott Radio, 12 o'clock noon show, where we are going to build something larger than any other podcast radio show. If we don't think we number one, then we won't be number one. I don't know about y'all. I'm not scared of success. I don't know about y'all. I'm going to make some mistakes. I don't know about y'all. I'm going to stumble on words. I don't know about y'all. I might even mess up a name every now and then. I watch some of the professional people like Oprah Winfrey, Steve Harvey, and other great radio hosts have messed up on the set. But because I live in a race where we're not used to men's and women, especially Afro-American men's and women this day of time, we have allowed, it's called the city of Philadelphia, it's called Dream Killer, Dream Haters. I'm tired of hearing story that everybody say, you got to leave Philadelphia to make it. Where they are wiping out black community after black community after black community because we have never learned how to master success. We have never learned how to master unity. We have never learned how to master see the eyes of each other native tongue or see the eyes of my brother's skin, where we have lost the eyes of loving each other. So the reason why it takes longer for us to get successful. See, sometimes we maybe have to go into another culture where the other people will give you an opportunity first, but blacks will sit there and watch other blacks talk about each other. If they're talking about you, they are talking about you. If so you see somebody always calling you up, we're going to ride this show like a cowboy that's riding. Hee-haw!
We gon' toast some Jack Daniels. concrete cowboys riding through the wilderness of North America. Shout out to the thoroughbred.
I'm gonna be in these streets to the death of me. I'm gonna ride on my enemy. I'm gonna be in these streets to the death of me. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Giddy up, giddy up. Yeehaw! I'm a cowboy in the concrete jungle. I'm a wild giddy up, giddy up. Yeah, like a bad bitch. I'm a cowboy. If I say I'ma do it, I'm gonna do it now, boy. Here we go, here we go. It's the concrete cowboy riding this beat in the stereo. But hold up one second, I just gotta know before I flow. Can you hear me though? Cause time is money, and I ain't got a second to waste. Wait some breath while I ride this hoe. I sit in the saddle on 500 horses, garage at the stable, and her name is Portia. As long as she loyal, I never.
My name is Showtime, the hype man on Philly Hot Radio. We're gonna ride this show like I'm riding my cowboy. I'm from the streets of concrete Philadelphia, where I have paid my price. So we see y'all tomorrow at the same time at 12 o'clock. We got a special guest, and we're gonna do a part 2 of bringing a female partnership owner. For those who are in the skating world, know Miss Tracy, where she have done some things. I'm going to learn a little more about her tomorrow. She'll be here live on Philly Hot Radio, and we're going to be talking about part 2 of the roller derby, the price of roller derby, the price of tickets, and doing the event. Y'all better stay tuned. We're live around the world on Philly Hot Radio. So I see y'all tomorrow.
Hi, this is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. That's right, we have a brand new show from 12 to 2 p.m. from Monday to Friday, live on Philly Hot Radio. Call us at 484-477-6348. See ya.